Boom. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is your boy Epi Montoya, and I've had something on my heart that I've been really wanting to share lately. And man, I should probably be doing something else, but this seems just a lot more important. I do have a Black Friday sale coming up, and I think on the 13th, which is probably tomorrow, I do have free shipping going on. Okay, so if those of you that have been wanting to try some of our stuff, that's going to be a great opportunity, and we're gonna have some killer deals on some bundles there for my Black Friday sale. So make sure you plug into some of that stuff. Just support your boy, any way you can. I truly appreciate it, and plus you'll feel a lot better. Work on your gut health. You will feel better. You probably drop some weight. You have a lot more energy. Just work gut health, skin health, everything, brain health, all stems from the gut health. So just work on that stuff all you can, okay? And then but this has been on my heart lately, and I've been really wanting to talk about it. And one of the main reasons why, I'm saying, not to like prove a point to anybody, but I just want to share, what my situation was like, and how this all came about. But the internet is just full of so much garbage. Like I look at TikTok and I'm just like, it's just so full of garbage. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine these kids that are just sucked into all that stuff and the stuff that they come across, and how it's just warping their minds, of a false reality. And I mean, if we're not living in, the days of revelation, I don't know what is. That can mean anything, right? That can mean like, I've been hearing God's coming my whole life, right? And, but it could be 100 years, we're definitely going to go through some rough times. We're going to go through a dollar collapse. I'm almost certain of that, because they're doing it right in front of our face. And so we're going to go through some stuff, and we've always been through some stuff, but just to kind of go to where I'm, to get into the point of all this, there's going to be a little bit long video. If you have to watch it later. And so I'm just going to share it. Here's the thing. It's going to be not easy for me, okay? And so, I've always been judged my whole life, And I think that you don't have to worry about whether I'm going to go to hell for being in my authentic self, okay? I think you should be more worried about how judgmental you are and maybe working on that person in the mirror, And I try my best, not to be so judgmental, especially those have judged me, not to judge them back, It's funny, right? When you have someone, there's a girl, she's sitting there with tattooed, only God could judge me, tattooed on her neck, and there I am just looking at her like pure judgmental, right? I'm just like, this is a crazy world. But so, when I was 5, my grandma Rivas used to take me by my hair and by my ears to church, okay? And she would take me to Aposento Alto and send me to children's church, and she didn't matter if I wanted to go, she made me go. And I became a Royal Ranger at the age of 5, okay? Ready for anything, ready to worship, play, serve, obey God's word, etc. Right? And that's the Royal Ranger motto. Some of you will like that. And so I remember clear as day, one time we were having children's church in the bottom down there in Aposento Alto, and they asked us to recite a prayer, and we were just, following along and repeating what they were saying. And I asked God to come into my heart, okay, 5 years old. And I really felt like, I asked God to seriously live in my heart. Now, a few short years later, I went left. I fell out to the world big time, okay? I'm an extremist. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm all in. And I just went all in on this stuff. I was literally possessed for a long time. The devil had me in a pit. He gave me everything I wanted, and nothing in the world was making sense to me. I never did well in school, failed the 5th grade, pushed through the 6th, 7th, and 8th like nothing, and failed the 9th grade 4.5 years, which is borderline genius. That is not easy to do, okay? Just so you know, 2.5 credits in 4.5 years of high school, okay? Half a year of alternative school. Been arrested at all schools that I ever went to, got arrested, and even my alternative school. And so, it's just rough, like going in through all that. Gangs were like, oh my God, like we were just like full-blown war with each other, and it was just, I was raised to take a bullet for the cause and definitely spit them for the cause, and it's crazy to say that kind of stuff, especially at such a young age, because most people that meet me today wouldn't even believe it. And I understand that, but at the same time, it's real as real as can be. When I was probably like 12 years old or so, they took me to this church camp, right? And I'm at this church camp, And I think they knew something was up. A lot of my cousins were there, and freaking as soon as I turned away and walked out of the room and left my bag, they took my bag from me, and they found a Tech 22 Uzi in there, okay? And they're like, why do you have this here? And I was like, look, I'm not going to say anything. You guys could do and say whatever you want, but you need to give that back to me. And they did. They actually gave it back to me. I don't know what they were thinking. Probably just more worried about what was going to happen if they didn't, right? And I was just like, nobody trusted me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just a little knucklehead, okay? And I just fell to the world, the dealing of drugs went on to about the age of like 27, guessing, and all through my teenage years. And it was just a long time. I was heavy in that game, and we weren't just doing it to pass time. We were actually getting into some heavy situations, and it broke me down. It doesn't matter what side of the street you live on. I've dealt with other addictions to other kinds of drugs and alcohol and smoking and this and this and that. But when you're dealing with drugs of that nature, it doesn't matter what side of the street you're on. Is the absolute devil, and it will destroy your life. Whether you're dealing them doesn't make you better. You're gonna get it handed to you, and there's no way out. There's no way out. And I was just so deep in this for so long that there was no way out for me. I was in this pit. He had me there. I couldn't just change my life. I couldn't turn it around. I couldn't just stop doing what I was doing. It was just never going. I was there to the death, is the way I seen it. And it got to a point where there was a point where I was in the Pueblo County Jail for just about 2 years, okay? And I didn't want to get out. I probably could have bailed myself out at some point or another, and I just wanted to stay there. I felt safe there. I felt like I could rest. I felt like the paranoia was kind of just, on a halt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, my friends were catching racketeering charges on the streets, so I just didn't want to be out there. I was just like safe in jail. Weird, I know. But I stayed in Pueblo County Jail for a couple years there, and I actually read the Bible. I read the Bible from front to back. I didn't skip through pages. I didn't study it, and it was wild. Like I was so fascinated by it, and I was just so confused by it at the same time. I didn't understand it, and I just read the story. Some of it just seemed out of this world, and some of it was just like, wow, just really hit home. And I was picking and choosing what I could comprehend, and I was just, breathing and waving those things into my life, right? Now, I just wanted to say I did it because I had never done it. So I did it, you know what I mean? And I really didn't get a whole lot from it as far as life-changing stuff, okay? I've been stabbed in my chest, stopped breathing instantly, no air was coming in. And I thought that was going to be it for me, you know what I mean? And somehow or another, I flatlined on that table, and they brought me back to life. And I'm still here. So, people have put guns to my head, and I've told them to pull the trigger, you know what I'm saying? And I've looked the devil right in his face, fearless, and I had to do stuff like this because I grew up as a small child with so much fear and so much trauma and so much. It seemed like danger was everywhere, and I had to learn how to learn. I always felt like someone was going to steal me or take me, or someone was out to get me, or I didn't know. And I had to just pretty much go to hell and, punch the devil in his face real quick just to see if they were really going to do it. And I was ready to give my life up any moment at any time. I was just so loyal, to everybody and everything. There's nothing, my loyalty was unmatched. And, it's just all in, and the devil has me in this pit, you know what I'm saying? And he's just giving me all this, whatever I wanted. And I definitely had my own time. The lifestyle wasn't, horribly, bad, other than, there was no way out, and I was going to pretty much give my life up for it. So at one time in that process, some really messed up things happened, and this was a pivotal moment in my life. But the federales came down on a lot of my friends, and they took a lot of them for many years, hand them down, low life sentences, You know, some of them got handed 20, 25 years, and some of them got handed 5 years, and they were near and dear and close to my heart, you know, these people, and I just couldn't believe it. But they turned all of us on each other, and you know, they were swooping up everybody like jacks, and it got to where it was a really, really cold world, but at the same time, we're sitting in boiling water, if that makes any sense. And you know, I couldn't make $1 if I wanted to. There was no way I could turn to make $1. I didn't want no one talking to me. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't want nothing to do with nobody. Just couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. We were at a dead standstill. Everything was frozen at a halt, but we were still in boiling water. And I didn't want to live no more. You know, like, it was an absolute nightmare. Even the story as I tell it, you couldn't realize how wild it was. And it was just heavy. And, you know, I wasn't even, you know, I was just happened to be around, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to do it. I wanted to crawl out of my own skin, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be me anymore. I didn't trust my friends. I didn't trust, you know, my family didn't trust me. I was by myself, and it wasn't fun, you know what I mean? I was just over it, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that I was playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun. Now, I didn't put the gun to my head, okay? This is hypothetical. I didn't put a gun to my head. But I literally knew I had no more chances. I knew that if I took another chance, I was through. I mean, our phones were tapped. I mean, these people were having breakfast with us, having lunch with us. All of our phones were tapped. They were contacting people in all areas of our life, trying to figure out what they can get. And these people were not able to contact us back because that's, you know, tampering with a federal case. So they couldn't even tell us they were being contacted. And I'd be in the nightclub and they'd be there. You know what I'm saying? And I could see them clear as day. And I just couldn't understand. Like, we're screwed. I mean, it got to the point where they were just letting us get away with stuff because they were just letting us hang ourselves. And I knew it. It was like clear as day, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could be driving down the freeway and like, there they are, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's stupid. It was stupid. It was so nerve-wracking, and the paranoia just crippled me. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And they were really destroying people's lives around me, you know? And it's just a waiting game. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was just waiting for them to come for me, you know? And I decided, you know, I had actually, I remember that day clear as day. There were times where I had like, you know, I'd be partying all night, hadn't slept at all, you know, got my blue sunglasses on. The girl next to me is sitting there wearing leopard print pants, and I'm like, let's go to church. And I mean, we're just trashed out of our mind, you know what I mean? Sitting there, and like, my family runs a church. I'm there to see everybody, but I just, you know, I never forget, like, I never had no shame. But, you know, I felt like the pews were going to just light on fire because of how horrible of the stuff I was doing. I destroyed a lot of people's lives, and I'm very sorry. I mean, God has forgiven me for this stuff, okay? And I know that. And it's just crazy because, you know, I know I forgot about God, but he never forgot about me, okay? And this went on for a really long time, and God has a wild way of shoving someone, you know, bringing them to their knees and throwing them face first in the dirt in order to scream his name. And I was there, and I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to do anything anymore. There was no point anymore. We were done. And I remember the particles of the dust flying, you know, as the sun was beaming through the window. And I didn't like the sun no more. I didn't want to see any of that no more. I didn't want to do it no more. And I shed some tears because it was so crazy of a moment in my life. They were taking my friends, you know, and they were serious about what was happening. And I asked God, I screamed for God, for Jesus to help me. I said, help me, you know, and I asked God to come into my heart. Now, I remember that day clear as day, and nothing miraculously happened at that moment. you know, I didn't feel anything. But it felt like slowly but surely I started taking bullets out of the gun one by one and taking unnecessary risks. Okay. And to the point where I got them all out. I put the gun down. And when I turned around to go in the other direction, I wasn't like a football field away. I was like 100 football fields away. And I mean, like, not just baby steps, like smaller than baby steps, like literally dragging myself in a different direction on total faith that I don't know what was going to happen. I don't know how I was going to pull this off. But I started dragging myself in a different direction in small baby little steps. And there was a bunch of help along the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had made some promises that I was going to be okay. I looked some people in the eyes and made those promises. And I just started going in that direction. Now, I'm a very flawed individual, okay? I'm a sinner, you know what I'm saying? But even me, God never gave up on me. He definitely never gave up on me. And, you know, he's blessed me beyond my wildest imagination. And I always felt difficult, you know, like I always felt rough, you know, learning from the Bible, because my faith hasn't come from the Bible necessarily. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I totally understand about being around the campfire now more than ever. Okay, more than ever, especially like the last few weeks, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm in a full-blown Bible study, and I've never done stuff like that, okay? And my new mentor, just recently, you know, turned his life to God like about a year ago. And he's not ordained. He's not a pastor. He's not a minister, you know what I'm saying? But watching his transformation of growth and how he's taken it on and like what he's learning. And he's very gifted speaker, very gifted at marketing. And the parallels, you know what I'm saying? He's amazing at business. The parallels of all this and what he's learning, the breakthroughs that he's having, have resonated with me so much that I'm in a full-blown Bible study at 7 in the morning just about every day. And I just feel like it's helping a lot. Within the last week, I've had people that I've never met, you know, come into my life and leave, and I haven't seen them again. But within 5 minutes, we're in a full-blown prayer. You know, and it's powerful, and God is working in our lives still, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've crushed the love of money, you know, I've said that in some of my other videos. You know, it's not for the money that I do things, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm like the biggest failure in business, and everyone always thinks it's funny, right? But nobody really understands how far I've come, and nobody really understands how, this superficial world of success means nothing to me, because where I've come from outweighs all that billions and tons by the tons. Okay. So like, you know, I'm only confident in the things that I've been through. Okay. I'm not confident in other things. And I know that we all have a story, right? And no one can steal my story. Okay. But I like that new person that is looking to open their eyes and learn and grow and how to manage this or manage that and manage money and not be a slave to this stuff and just grow and just growth. And they may not be ready for God. I know for a long time I wasn't ready for God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking God right now every day for wisdom, and you know, you know, he's definitely, you know, I pray 7 times a day, you know, when I wake up, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then when I go to sleep, you know, and then multiple times through the day, I see people asking for prayer, and I'm like seriously praying, and I even want to pray more. Like, I'm just in so much gratitude, because it doesn't have to be this way. You know what I mean? I didn't have to make it this far. It's an absolute miracle that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolute miracle that I'm here. And I didn't get my faith because of what someone was trying to, you know, teach me as far as that. It was like the absolute miracles that he has worked in my life. I mean, if that knife would have slid just a few centimeters to the top, he would have totally hit my heart. You know, luckily he only punctured my lung and hit my diaphragm muscle. Okay. So, I mean, miracles, I mean, there's a reason for everything. Like when I flatlined, that was crazy. You know, I lifted my head and I didn't have an outer body experience, but I could clear as day just see the doctors with me opened up, you know what I'm saying? And they were just talking and while they're in me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just gone. And so, a lot of this stuff is not easy to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And I've suppressed it for a really long time. And, like I said, I'm only confident in the things that I could overcome. I mean, like failure, you know what I mean? Being the black sheep, being judged, right? And those are nothing. I mean, I've lost my home before. I've been through 2 divorces already. I've lost my children before. A lot of people don't understand my journey, even that they were close to me in my life. They kicked me while I was down, you know what I'm saying? And just, it was just crazy. Like, so many people just don't want to let you out of the shell of a person you once knew. And I just want to be that for somebody, okay? You know, whether it be gangs, drugs, addiction, on all levels, okay? And it doesn't even matter. Like, none of this matters. Like, I'm just somebody that can get down on that level and speak about it, okay? Now, most people that meet me today, they're like, there's no way. That's no way that you did any of that stuff. And that's cool. I like that, you know? But if you just talk to me for a little while, you'll realize that, you know, that stuff is very, very real. This was every day of my life. This wasn't just like, you know, every other month or every month. Like, we were definitely in it, all the way in it and lighting it up. And it's just how we roll. It's our story. It's how we got down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still on that journey of growth. Like I said, I'm in a Bible study early mornings, you know what I'm saying, at 7, and I'm just learning so much. I was, you know, church service, maybe just through the phone. I used to go to Canyon View out in Grand Junction, Colorado, and it was when somebody just, you know, I was working at a restaurant. They invited me to go to church, and I just loved their worship team. Not so much judgmental. They didn't really know me, but, you know, they just welcomed us and we just get poured into there. And, you know, I haven't found anything here in Pueblo, but I plug in online and, you know, that's just my journey with Christ. It you know, it hasn't, been a perfect journey. And it's funny, you know, because you know, here's this guy who forks up all his own money, you know, to put an ad in the Super Bowl, which I didn't see, but you know, about Jesus. And then, you know, all the Christians are like boom 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 and shooting at him because he did it wrong, or that wasn't right, or you know, he's wearing a Gucci belt. It's like, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen, okay? And he's got this platform where it's like the most viewed on the world. You know, this is probably the only place people have ever heard of Jesus the first time in their life, and they're the Christians shooting at him. I mean, I used to say for a long time, if it wasn't for the Christians, I probably would be Christian. And it's just like, it's a hurtful thing, but I just want you to know that, you know, it's not like if somebody plays Mozart or something, you know what I mean, and they totally mess it all up, it's not that Mozart sucks, you know what I'm saying? It's like their interpretation of it sucks. And so it's just, it's a sticky situation. But it's in, like, even in business, you know, some of these guys are so pointy headed, and there's some dirty people in business. I will tell you, there are some liars and liars and liars in business, and they just do not know or understand what it actually is going to entail, you know what I'm saying? Because they're so quick to like step on people or sell their souls to get the money, right? It's all money motivated. And I've seen these people, first time millionaires, back down to driving Hondas, you know what I'm saying? And like, it happens. And I'm just grateful and luckily that I have been, you know, just on this journey for so long, that I'm continuing to grow, okay? And there's a lot moving in my heart right now. There is a lot moving in my life, you know what I mean? And God is showing me the path, you know? A lot of people are like, how come you never got baptized in water? I'm like, where I broke free from isn't like just like, you know, Little House on the Prairie type stuff, you know? I mean, even just moving to a different city, right? Like, I don't even know. Not to say anything crazy, but like, I have to be ready for anything at any given time, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm, you know, like, I just don't play. I don't play when someone's like messing with me or my family or whatever. And maybe I just haven't stepped it. I just know that God has made it clear as day that I never have to touch drugs again, okay? I never have to do that stuff again. You know, he's shown me how to, I used to pray to retire my mother. Here we go. Boom. I'm like full blown taking care of my mother. You know, homeschooling the kids is not an accident. This isn't because COVID. what I mean? This is like intentional. I'm worried because I've been through the public school system before, okay? And I'm a flawed individual, but I love to help that new person. I love to see someone that's ready to draw a line in the sand and change their life. And I hope to just inspire them and motivate them to say, if I could do it, they could do it. You know what I'm saying? And there's just a few simple rules, and it might not be this or that for them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that it is possible. And a lot of the garbage that they told us when we were younger is absolutely false. Okay. You can break free from this stuff. Okay. You can break free from addiction. You can break free from drugs. You can break free from dealing. You can break free from anything you wish to. And I mean, I wanted to break free from jobs. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to break free from chains. You know what I mean? Like, I really just wanted to break free from all kinds of different stuff. And that's where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still, like, am definitely down for the cause, you know what I'm saying? And down to taking care of myself. And, I'm definitely not scared of going to dying. I'm not scared. I mean, I feel like I've been to hell. I'm all about just, it's a sticky situation with me when I find someone who's all up in Christianity, and they're like trying to talk to me because I don't want them to like judge me, to tell me where I've been wrong or what I need to do, because my journey is my journey, and all of our journeys are different, and we don't need judgmental people turning us away from that because they don't understand what we've been through. Okay. It's like a counselor, right? Like, they want to help you, right? Yeah, they really want to help you until you ain't got the funds to pay them. And then they don't care if you get the help, really. You can't come back. It's weird. Okay. It's just weird. But I want to be that person that helps that new person get started. Okay, someone that's been the black sheep of their family, someone that has been failure and just tons of failure in their life and is ready to break free from that. Like, what is holding us back? Okay, and I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. And I just want this to just, it's a sticky situation. It is. But, I hope to inspire somebody, okay? I'm only good at the things that I've been through. I only have the confidence. I've been sued. I've been through 2 divorces. I've lost my homes. I've been down and out. I've been homeless, many times. I've lived in my pockets. Forget a I've lived in my pockets, like, seriously, and I've lived like that for several years. I've flowed which way the wind is going. No one ever knew if I was coming or going. And I just want you to say that, like, we could change things around. And if there's anything that I could ever do to help anybody, don't ever hesitate to shoot me a message. Maybe we could jump on the phone for a while. If you ever need anything that I could help with, don't ever hesitate. I know this is a long video and it's not for everybody. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if I lose followers. I don't care if I lose friends. Most people have shown me exactly what they're about for the last 15 years. And they won't even like shoot a love or heart emoji on this, just to say, hey, we're proud that you've made it. Most of them are still just trying to shoot at me, and it's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Like, nobody believes in anything, and that's okay. That is okay. I'm doing my best to not judge those that have been judging me my whole life, and that's where we're at. Okay. But I'll just tell you, man, like, the service this morning was amazing at the Flatirons Church. I highly recommend that you plug into that. Huge line of people getting baptized, which is amazing to see. This internet is just so full of garbage, you know what I'm saying? And I just hope to inspire that one person to just step out of their comfort zone and to literally just go for it. And if you need someone to talk to, or if there's anything that I could ever do of be of service, you know what I'm saying, I'll always do my best not to be, judgmental, and try and understand, and just know that I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, okay? And that's all I can really touch on, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that I just cannot touch on because I don't know. I've never been through those things. And, I know that my walk with God is going to continue. And you could judge me for what I hang or what I wear or how I act or whatever. But God loves me. He never forgot about me. You know what I'm saying? And his blessings are raining on our lives, and they are only this is just the beginning. We're just cracking this stuff wide open now, and we're definitely excited of where we're going. And I know that there's not a lot of hope and excitement out there in the world, and I just hope to be a little ray of light to just say that, keep that faith, you know what I'm saying? And if you're seeing things, don't ignore them. Those miracles, they're real, and things change and things could happen, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta got to stay the course, you know what I mean, and have some faith, you know, just have some faith. And I just hope to inspire that one person, you know, find that one person. But this is your boy, Epi Montoya. Please visit epimontoya.com for all your clean label essential needs. You know, support your boy in any which way you can. If you can't do that, just throw a heart on this video, you know what I'm saying? Just throw a heart on this video, and just, you know, comment right down below. Say something to me, you know what I mean? But let's reconnect. If there's anything I could do to help you, don't ever hesitate. It's always big love over here. God bless y'all, okay? Have a great day.